Hello, everybody. Burnedoutguy here, and welcome back to Belts of Iron. All right, last episode we got into making this green stuff there, the lubricant, and put a little factory on the side of it here, making us the lubricated gears. In the meantime, I went ahead and I kind of rebalanced this because it was kind of bad. We were making way too much of that liquid oil stuff. This stuff over here, liquid fuel. We were making way too much of this stuff. So I decided that we're going to start making plastic with the extra stuff that we make. Okay. There's our plastic. That's 900 a minute that's going to make, along with the light oil, which is we're turning in back into liquid fuel, which is fine. So the liquid fuel is going to furnish our whole little setup here. Going to make some waste, but that's going to get turned into the solid fuel, and then we need the heavy oil for our lubricant. So I think what's going to happen is the setup that we did over there, I'm going to go turn that off, and I think we're going to try to furnish our plastic needs from here, right? Because the end goal is that we try to ship our lubricant here to the main base, so that way we can use it on the production line, right? I went ahead and I did a bunch of research as well, so that way we could go on and we don't have to wait for these kind of things to get done. um I'm kind of debating on what we should be doing, like what kind of infrastructure should we be going after. So should we be setting up rails, or should we be getting into like the ore processing to make more materials out of what we're getting, right? I'm thinking we should kind of get into rails, and then we could maybe delete our belts that we have all over the place and put a rail system in instead, and then have ore washing afterwards. And then that way, whatever they're bringing in on these ones there, it'll be worth more anyways. Kind of thinking about that. I think that would be kind of a neat idea. um Regardless, we need to get all the way to tankers and fuelers and this kind of stuff, right? So that's why I started building that over there, to make the lubricated gears. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll try to design some kind of small railway, steel, crushed stone. All right. And we'll try to bring this lubricant home, and we'll try to make a little setup of something, right? I'm gonna need a bunch of this, so I'm gonna go home and get some more iron gears, and then that way we can have a whole bunch of these lubricated gears. And then I'll probably put a chest out here too, would probably be really good, right? We'll do one of those double chests. All right, so now we're making a small little production line here of the railroad tracks. So I just spliced off some of the crushed stone from here, put it in a chest. We have our steel here. We just need one little thing. We don't need some big massive production for it, so I think that'll be just fine to feed our needs. This will slowly accumulate over time, and we'll have lots of rail, so we'll be able to check these things out here. Okay, so they're pretty decent size. That's cool. Anxious to see what the size of a train looks like. Let's see. Here's the question of what you do. Do you have floating tracks, or do you put a floating walkway with the tracks on the floating walkway? That's the question, right? Then you could relatively keep a decent height. I don't know. Something's gonna float somewhere. That's the size of the train. Train would technically fit underneath. That's good. That's good. At the height that I have there. Okay, so there's stations to add. That's cool. You're gonna have to put trailers on it. Add the stations. That's a train station. Interesting. Okay. So the train would stop here. Do they have like an unload? Okay, that's a cargo loader, cargo unloader. This is a okay. They do have the pipes on them too, right? That's that one's the train loader. This would be the unloader. Cool. So I guess it would just connect from what's underneath, and then you just connect the pipes or whatever there. Cool. Same thing with that. Very neato. Very neato. I like this. It's kind of cool. I made a tanker too. You can see what a tanker looked like. Can you... There you go. So that must be hooked up. That's hooked up. Pull the gang. And this can hold fuel. Or whatever. Okay, cool. Nice. So, wondering if... Yes, I think I'm going to be doing the floating concrete thing all over the place. It'll look nicer, I think. Easier to manage the tracks too, I think. Cool. All right, so let me delete all of this and try to figure out a decent station setup. Because we gotta I gotta figure out where I want them to drop it off first, because the first production line we're gonna have to make is gonna be the gear ones, right? All right, so this is where we're gonna start our little gear factory thing at. We'll do quite a few of them. I think those weren't produced super fast over there, right? So we'll probably put at least I don't know, 3 or 4 of these down easily. Like what's the 300 per minute? Let's do 3 of them. That way we're doing 900 per minute. We'll see about that, right? And then like all the other ones, we'll do a little storage for our personal one here on the side. Now, the reason why I left the hole down here is that's where our train station is going to go. So that way we'll have the containers down here. And then we'll have one pipe come up with a connector, I guess. Let me redo this. Seems like there's a real big tornado warning in my area. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have a little connector come down here like this, and then join here, and then this connector can go to the rest of them, right? And then our gears can come in here on a top level, and then swoop in and get them. Something like that. Put it out a little bit more, that way we can leave room for the belts. There we go. And then we can always just connect it on this side right here, which is just fine and dandy. Now we got to go and figure out the distance for our train station downstairs here. All right, so now we got this little platform down here. I did my best to make it look like it's hugging the curve. Not very easy. I did my best. It looks pretty good here. Even made it go over the little bump instead of right through it, right? Anyhow, once you put down your station, one of the things I really do like what they did is they showed you like a highlight where your train cars are going to go. That way, when you're trying to put your loaders and unloaders, you know exactly where to put them, which is really, really nice. That means like you could really hug them up here. You could probably have more than one unloader per train, maybe, question mark. But I don't see why you would want to, maybe. I guess for speed. So maybe you could have like 2 or 3 of these, by the looks of it. I'm gonna go with just the one though. The one, but with 2 cars. I think that's what we're gonna do down here. That is our port to connect up there. Can we still... this thing here, I'm gonna get rid of. That was just for looks, really, honestly. We're gonna have to widen the platform just a bit. We do have a storage tank here, which is Good. Thinking kind of doing something maybe like that. That is actually not bad. Okay. That one can go into there. That's pretty straight. That's off by one. And have all that go into the container here and then upstairs. I think that's going to be good. So I guess we'll call this one main base lube. Now we have to figure out how we want to do this when we turn it around. Do we want it to go back on the same track, or do we make like a going back track, like a track on the side? Trying to think because of like other trains that are eventually going to come through here, right? So how much traffic are we going to have on this rail? Question mark. Is this going to be like a closed loop thing? Do I want to bring plastic back on a train, or are we just going to keep doing it on a belt? If we do plastic, it'll get dropped off over there though. It doesn't need to get dropped off all the way down here. This is only because we're doing the lubrication down here, right? This is the only reason why this is getting dropped off here. We'll bring it back on the same belt for now, and we'll see how that works for us. So this isn't bad, I guess? Question mark. Got like a small little curve here at the back. I guess this is fine, right? There we go. I think this area is a little complete. I think we can just go and bring it back and go get some lubrication. So this one is all connected now. Now we're just gonna call this one like lube production. Perfect. Now we just gotta reconnect it to the train track and it can be a complete circuit. Awesome. There we go. Now that's all set up. Now we should just put our train down and we should be able to program the train to pick this stuff up and bring it home, right? Oh boy. Locomotive there. That one there. And that one there. Okay. And you gonna go from lube production. Gonna wait till the wagon is full. Oh, sorry. Fluid wagon is full. And you will go to main base. And you're gonna wait till the wagons are empty. We're gonna call you the lube train. Throw you an automatic. These should all fill up, hopefully. So we're just waiting on production here. Is that what's going on? What's going on? Okay, apparently I have no power. Why do I have no power? Ah, apparently the wire was cut right here. Interesting. Now we got power. There we go. We got one of them full. 10,800 lubricant. Very awesome. So I put 2 tanks here instead of 1. So that way when it's gone, they can fill up 2 tanks. And when we come back, well, maybe the wait time won't be so bad. It all depends on the speed of the tanks too. I don't really know how fast they move, right? And we're not making this stuff like at 10,000 miles an hour. Like pretty chill. Petroleum gas, huh? Oh, we're full on course. All right. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this over. I want to see this thing go. Hell in here. Let's go manual drivetrain. Nice. Wonder what the max speed of this thing is. So far, we're up to almost 40K. Not bad. 50. Wow. Doo -doo. Nice. How are we gonna do on this little space? It's pretty windy here. Oh, we got stuck. Oh, why did we get stuck? Is it too horrible here? Ah, it's not connected. That's why. Okay, well that would help. Gonna hold the button or make the whistle go. That's awesome. A little bit windy there, but that's all good. Pretty sick. Still go faster. That's insane. 82. Start breaking. That's funny. Oh, nice. And they're unloading too. Perfect. So I'm going to have to put a second storage tank here for sure. Nice, nice. All right. So that's trains. I guess next time we're just going to have to go and hook up all the, hook up the what's this stuff there? The gears. And then we can make the lubricated gears because that took quite a while to do. So that's pretty neat. Still got a few things I guess I got to work out there. But other than that, that's not bad, man. That's not too bad. But that's trains in a nutshell. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, everybody. Like, subscribe, please take care. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.